Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start this video off with some recent updates of Nick Walker, who is about 1 week out from the 2023 Arnold Classic. Will Nick be a two-time Arnold Classic champion in a little bit over a week? Personally, I think so. In these updates, to me, Nick looks pretty good, and I'm expecting him to come in better than the Mr. Olympia. And it's interesting because if you guys haven't seen Dennis James' Menace podcast, Dennis, Milos, Victor Martinez, and Chris Cormier, none of those guys have Nick Walker winning the Arnold Classic. I can understand Milos because he coaches Samson, but I thought that was interesting, even though Nick Walker is a former Arnold Classic champion and the highest ranked bodybuilder in this show on paper. But let's switch over to another guy that is prepping for the Arnold Classic, and that is the conqueror William Bonac. And I've told you guys since the Mr. Olympia, William is not a guy you want to count out. These two back shots are very, very competitive and can stand toe-to-toe with anyone at their Arnold Classic. Maybe not beat Nick Walker from the back, but he can definitely stand with him. And I think he could beat Samson Dowda and Andrew Jack in both of these back shots. But we also have the front shots and the side shots. But William is playing catch-up going into this show. Andrew Jack, Big Ramy, Samson Dowda, Nick Walker, all of those guys beat him at the Mr. Olympia. So on paper, Bonac should place around 5th, and that's if he beats Sean Clarita. But based off these updates, I'm telling you guys once again, do not count out William Bonac. And in the next update of the day, this news is courtesy of RX Muscle over on Instagram. They also have a pretty good YouTube channel, I could say. But Chris Psycho Lewis said he tried to make Andrew Jack leave, but Andrew said he flew over here from Dubai for a reason. They have been training 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day, and Andrew is rumored to be posing in 130-degree weather. Now, I can see this as being good and bad, but let's start with the good. Andrew has the best genetics in bodybuilding right now. Someone correct me in the comment section below if you disagree, but crazy genetics paired with this guy having a relentless mindset, training 7 days a week, twice a day, doing whatever it takes to get the title, that is very scary. But on the other hand, Andrew just turned pro last year. He did 3 shows, including an Arnold Classic, actually 2 Arnold Classics. He did the Amateur and the Mr. Olympia, so he has been prepping for a while, and training 7 days a week, it could work in the opposite direction. I just had to express both sides to you guys, but hopefully this works in Andrew's favor. And with his crazy genetics, he just might be able to pull this off and bring his best look to the Arnold Classic. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Kamal Elgargni. And I have never seen Kamal's upper body look this good. Honestly, this looks to be a little bit photoshopped. And take a look at the calves. But Kamal has a big battle ahead of him next week in the Arnold Classic. Kamal is looking to prove himself in the open division at 50 plus years old, but he will be going against some of the best bodybuilders we have in the sport. But it will be very interesting to see how Kamal does in this lineup. He did 2 open shows last year, but I don't think he looked this good. I think Kamal is still improving. Now switching over to Hassan Mostafa, who recently posted this up, and of course it's not recent because Hassan is in great condition, but this guy is an absolute freak. And before Crizzo and Andrew Jack won their pro shows, this was a guy everyone was talking about to get into that top 10. A lot of people even compared him to Nick Walker prior to Nick having all of the success. Actually, when Nick was going into their New York Pro, a lot of people had Hassan Mostafa and Justin Rodriguez winning that show over him. But anyway, we haven't seen a 100% Hassan in a Mr. Olympia lineup. Judging off what we're seeing right now, I think this version of Hassan would have gave William Bonac a run for his money, at least at the Olympia, and Bonac placed 9th. And in the next update of the day, we had some very big news that was broke by Nick Trigili over on Bodybuilding and BS. And Nick pretty much breaks all of the big news. But Nick reported that he has seen pictures of Big Ramy, and Ramy has no dents in his quads. And Nick also said that Ramy could potentially make the biggest comeback in bodybuilding history at this Arnold Classic. And I guess we can attribute this to the stem cell work. It was also reported that Nick and Big Ramy's doctor said the stem cell treatments are working. You can already see improvements in the triceps, the lower lats, and I guess the quads as well. And a lot of people have been counting out Big Ramy going into this Arnold Classic, which is very interesting because going into the Mr. Olympia, probably 95% of the bodybuilding community had Big Ramy winning that show. And I've been saying this since the Olympia. Do not count out Ramy. People are saying Ramy's gonna place 5th and 6th. He's probably gonna be within that top 2. And with Nick Trigili breaking this news, I'm not gonna jump the gun. But if Big Ramy really has no dents in his quads, triceps, and back is improved, Ramy could potentially win this Arnold Classic. And I also want to congratulate Nick Trigili on getting a spot to commentate on the 2023 Arnold Classic live stream. Haven't gotten a chance to do that. Nick is my personal favorite go-to for bodybuilding news, outside of myself, of course. Now, switching over to Classic Physique, we have a recent update from Ramon Dino. And I honestly get excited every time I see a new update of Ramon Dino. This guy has incredible genetics, and there's just so many things to comment on when you look at his physique. Crazy arms, forearms, small waist, great abs, great back, great insertions, flary quads, huge calves. This guy has a physique that I'm sure millions would like to have. Going into this Arnold Classic, I'm only worried about Ramon's posing. I'm not worried about the conditioning or size. And he doesn't have to be Terrence Ruffin, Lee Labrada, Sean Ray. As long as Ramon can pose like this, hit his poses and stick and hold them, I believe he will win the Arnold Classic. The only areas Urs Kalasinski can beat him in is just overall looking more quote-unquote classic and posing better. As long as Ramon poses well, I think he can hold off Urs. And let's finish up this video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this legendary bodybuilder? The bodybuilder on the right is pretty easy to guess, and I think he'll be getting a Lifetime Achievement Award next week, if I'm not mistaken. But as always, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Christian from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.